And now, watch out for the second video in this series. And we're back.
And we're back, YouTubers, live, coming at you.
So how did Kelly enjoy New York?
She loved it. She loved it. Her whole goal was to go to this restaurant known as Momofuku. Momofuku. So there's this chef named David Chang who owns about 5. Essentially, they're all ramen restaurants, but Momofuku is his original ramen restaurant. And so we have numerous cookbooks from him and all this stuff. So she wanted to go to Momofuku where we were there. So we went there for sort of a late lunch for this ramen.
Ramen noodles?
Yeah.
Like those salty ass things?
God damn. Yeah. Wow. You would think it's just ramen noodles.
I mean, the amount of salt in those things it's like a gram of salt.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I gained. I gained 3 pounds of water weight.
Oh, you need to have. I mean, when I say you need Lasix, I mean a lot of times I've said it's a joke, but I'm very serious. I mean, you really need diuretics after eating one of those.
It was fantastic, and then they have.
It tastes good.
Oh, it's great. So he puts I just ordered I ordered the standard regular bowl of Momofuku ramen. Now he's got all kinds of other options, but. And this basically, it's noodles, onions, some other shit. But then in each...
You understand for his ingredients for each meal cost him approximately 30 cents.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. And so then...
And what's he charge you for this?
I didn't... Fuck it. Like, I stopped paying attention to prices. But then in each bowl of ramen, he puts in a slice about this big... maybe about this big, and then about this thick of pork belly.
Oh, fuck!
Pure, straight up fat pork belly.
Are you sure this guy wasn't a black woman from the South who knew how to cook?
Incredible. And then he has these things called buns, which are, as you might imagine, like these little, I guess, like a rice bun. But oh my god! So he had like a brisket. He had there was a shrimp bun. There was we ate. I mean, I
assume that the appropriate bun had like a brisket in it or a shrimp in it, or it wasn't just flavored.
No, imagine a slider, but with like a rice bun instead of a hamburger bun. So you had like a little. Like some 5 little.
Well, maybe White Castle needs to steal this man's ideas.
So Kelly was in complete heaven. She was geeking out. Fantastic food. We ate dinner. Was it that night? I don't know. I ate so much. We ate dinner. I think it was that later.
Yeah, if you're going to swell up, you may as well swell up.
So then we walked. Well, then we went ahead and walked off the 1,500 calorie lunch by basically walking everywhere.
Yeah, but.
We walked through Soho, the East Village, the Bowery, Chinatown, and then we stopped finally when we had dinner in Little Italy. The best.
I know the Nats. Don't you love the Nats?
It was the best. I don't know how to describe it. It's just pasta, right? It's pasta and sauce.
Yeah.
It was the most amazing Italian food. They had and I got this thing with like rigatoni and it was like this red sauce and like these homemade sausages in it. It was it was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing food.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember the name of the place. I'd have to ask Kelly or look it up. But they had this like 125-year-old fat old Italian man out front of the restaurant saying, "Come here, come on in. We have great food. You come, yeah, we got good stuff."
I take you to Kennedy for $96.
Yeah. Well, I'll say off camera the differences there, but great food, and then where else? And then we, it was so, and then, and I didn't buy it, so that's Damien Duffy wanted to buy it, but I'll thank him for it. I had the best glass of wine.
Oh, this is a $175 bottle of wine?
$180 bottle of Chateau Le Pape. It was from the domain of the Pope in France. And
still owns some of that stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Napoleon didn't wrest that from him.
It was otherworldly. It was otherworldly.
Guess the French Revolution missed that.
Well, they talk about European wines as... So, I mean, we drink so much American wine over here. They talk about European wines, especially from France, as, depending on the region, like having these mineral qualities and things like this. Was like...
that's not
it
bad.
was as if you could taste the earth.
Well, that's very
in
true.
the wine. It was incredible.
Even the cheap French wines that I was buying in supermarkets over... the cheap Bordeaux.
Yeah.
We're talking like maybe $7 a bottle.
Right. Beats any fucking American.
Well, it has far more complex flavors than you get here.
Yeah.
And it really was. And so you really don't want to loot this stuff up very much at all.
This. Oh yeah. No. This was.
And I think the point you brought out. I mean, that you are getting your calcium and your
you're so minerally, the minerality and the earth and
no, that's true. And we hear these wine snobs talk about that a lot over here. And I my first instinct is and second instinct a lot of times is say you're full of shit.
Well,
but no, there's a case to be made for that. There's absolutely a case to be made for that.
Well, I'm not a wine snob, but I do enjoy.
Well, you know what you like,
right?
Yeah.
Hold on, I that's not it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So, 1998 Chateauneuf du Pape. 1998 Chateauneuf du Pape.
Oh yeah, no, you sent me that picture. That's a great photograph.
Yeah. Now, the next night we had a 2004 Chateauneuf du Pape, which exact same vinter, exact same wine, just older vintage. And,
you said 2004.
Was it 2004, 2008? I can't remember.
So this is 1998.
This is 98.
Yeah.
The next night we had like a much younger. It was like 2000. Might even have been like a 2012.
Yeah.
And so the thing is you could still there were similar flavor characteristics, but you could taste the difference. Like you could. I mean, it's incredible.
It's essentially a living thing, and sure.
But boy. Yeah, we got to have the wallet for it. So, I mean, but that was...
You have the wallet for it.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean...
Well, yeah, no, I would...
I went to take a leak, and I came back, and Duffy's like, I bought this. And I was like, holy shit. They had wines on their menu. This is a place called Terroir.
Yeah, Terroir.
And,
the Terroir.
Terroir.
The Terroir.
And so their wine menu is quite extensive, as you might imagine. They had a $3,500 bottle of wine on their menu.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, I was like, no, I think we'll be passing on.
Good for them.
That's more than we spent on the.
Don't
whole
want to sign the collision damage waiver on that.
Yeah. But the other thing about it is that these New York restaurants are very so like when you go to Columbus, the restaurants in Columbus are now, mind you, we have more restaurants per capita than any city in the United States outside of New York City.
Really?
Yes.
Per capita. I'm not surprised.
Per capita.
That.
And when you go to a restaurant in Columbus, unless it's like a Wednesday afternoon, they're always busy, and on a Friday or Saturday, you're going to wait.
Yeah.
We walked into some of these places.
There's a lot of good places in Columbus.
Sure, there are.
Yeah.
We walked into some of these places in New York, and while they were certainly doing a business, there was like never never a wait. I mean, there was always clearly room for. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it's because they don't want to pay the astronomical prices.
Means they're so fucking expensive that most people won't go there. Well, plus it also means that equally good food is available at far cheaper venues.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is like outside of sort of Midtown or Uptown.
Because if you're talking about people making a lot of basically simple food with
Yeah.
fresh ingredients, you can make that anywhere for relatively cheaply. Yeah. You don't have to be in a high-end setting to eat that and enjoy that. Yeah.
And that's what we discovered. So as we walked out of Midtown and down into like the Village and the Bowery, prices drop like once you're out of
Yeah.
But what Chinatown was, I mean, I'd love to have a conversation with some of these dudes. Like, there are these people on the street with these, like, I guess, carts full of all kinds of stuff, fruits and stuff like that. But there are these guys on the street with these carts with these bins full of ice and seafood. And I mean like seafood.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is at 8:30 at night on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
And these guys are out there. And stacks of fish this high, this wide, and like I want to ask, I'm like, are you planning on selling all that tonight? I mean, it's supposed to be fresh seafood. It's crazy.
Well, it's on ice. It's quote phrase.
Wow,
Yeah. Well, they must, or they wouldn't. They must. I mean, they wouldn't do that deliberately.
Did I send you a picture of the powdered sugar covered turds?
No, you didn't.
They're not actually turds, but that's exactly what they look like. It was clearly some sort of a mushroom fungus thing, but they look just like powdered.
One of these YouTube guys shot a picture of his dinner in his video of something like this.
Powdered sugar covered turds.
Oh, no, it wasn't like that. That wasn't.
I have no freaking idea what they are. Of course, everything's written in Chinese. So you can't understand what that is.
Well, see, that's another thing that makes you suspect. You don't know what that is.
No, like if I'm a white person, like a non-Chinese person, and I'm shopping down, I have no idea what I'm buying.
No, you don't know what that is.
I mean, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
The one looks like gigantic centipedes without the legs.
So
it looks like a segmented centipede.
It does. If I gave you this whole thing in context, this entire thing, though, other than the powdered sugar-covered turds, were mushrooms and funguses of various varieties and types. I mean, that's what they are.
Well,
but I have no idea what the hell that is.
Mushrooms, but you never know. You never know about these mushrooms.
But what is that? That is not a fungus. I mean, that's just. You're right. Maybe it's a big giant bug or something. I don't know.
Well, it looks like a bug to me. Without the legs, looks like a.
Here's Kelly. This is in Little Italy, looking completely. She was in her element.
Oh, she was very happy and
loving
relaxed.
life.
Oh yeah.
Well, she's also relaxed because we had 5 bottles of wine.
Well, that always helps.
And then my favorite. Hold on, if I can find the wonderful editing. So yeah, we had handmade evening bags, scarf, jewelry, Chinese accessory, a backpack, book back wallet, fabulous gift incorporated. There's the other one here. Purse, hand make evening bags. Like, oh, I can make my own evening bags right there? No, apparently, I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know. I have no idea. Fascinating. Here I was trying to get my Simon and Garfunkel-esque, subway pose, trying to do my Canal Street subway pose.
You're probably one of the few people your age that remembers that.
Oh, and here's my son who refuses to wear pants when he's at home. It's so annoying. Look at him. He comes home, he takes his pants off, and he just lays around the house. I'm like, put your pants on.
He's going to be a dude.
He's like, I'm comfortable, Dad.
He's a dude.
He's like, I don't need to wear pants. I'm like, fine, whatever.
He's a dude, yeah.
So, we joked with Kelly in the subway about getting pole face.
Carter's going to be a dude. So, pole face?
Pole face. So, we're standing we're on the subway, getting a subway ride. And I don't know, Kelly was really tired.
I should be paying for a subway ride.
So what's that?
Paying for a subway ride.
The cheapest way to get around. I mean, So $12.
Yeah.
Got all 4 of us on and off well, in and out, because once you're in, it doesn't matter. But got us, so $12 got us, 4 of us, in the subway 3 times. So it worked out like $1 a trip.
Oh, I don't know. They have like a day pass or something?
So you buy a pass,
Yeah.
and then once you slide through,
Yeah.
you can ride anywhere you want, as
Yeah.
long as you don't leave the terminal.
Oh,
so
oh.
it's like it's to get in and get out is when they charge you the money.
Oh, so
and you can ride all day long.
So
essentially
it's one ride.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, some cities will they'll sell you like a day pass. You can go get on and off. And
Yeah. Well, so I guess if you wanted to head back.
But New York doesn't do that.
You'd have to get out. You'd have to leave and go back around. So they would get you the second time around. But yeah,
well, it's like when we were in
very
London.
reasonable.
When we were in London, we had those 3-day passes.
Yeah, it worked the same way. And the 3-day passes was basically unlimited wherever.
Yeah,
right?
We'd go get on and off.
And they had those. Yeah. They had those. They were. It was. I think an entire day pass was. Yeah. I didn't look at the prices.
Well, that's a good value.
Like $9.
Oh, that's a good value.
But yeah, it was perfectly, and they're clean. They're clean. Like, so Amy was telling me, because they've been in New York, forever, and numerous times. Duffy has family there. So Amy was saying, before Giuliani came in and cleaned up the subways, it was foul.
Yeah.
But they're no London Underground.
Yeah.
But it was perfectly clean. I felt perfectly safe. Yeah. Hot as shit in some of the places down there, but I mean, but anyway, so pole face. So we're riding, it was kind of a crowded subway car, and we're riding. So we're standing up, and so she's holding on one of the poles, right? She's tired. We walked 9 miles both days, like all over the damn city. So she's tired. So she just kind of leans her face on the pole. Oh, and Amy and I are both like, Kelly, don't do that. Think about where you're putting your face, right? And Kelly's like, oh, I didn't even think about it. And of course, and then I was like, and Amy's like, you better get some disinfectant.
Get some disinfectant.
And I said, Kelly, you're gonna get a nasty case of pole face. You're gonna get some sort of infection on your face. Yeah.
Oh, you could get, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. But do you like those gnats? I said that before.
It's killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
I need to put another no pest strip up, but
I was gonna say, man,
I just don't want to do that right. I just have to force around, and scratch.
What else do I have to tell you? I told you about my new air compressor. I bought it.
Well, you said you were thinking about getting one.
I got it.
Did you get it?
I did. I got
it. What variety is that?
It was a Porter cable.
Oh, that's right. You said Porter cable.
6-gallon portable.
Did you buy it at a store? Or did you order it online?
Amazon, baby, free shipping. Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's right. You have the Prime thing.
Yeah, free shipping. So it came with a little kit. The tire pressure gauge it comes with is a piece of shit. So I'm gonna have to go and buy a better tire pressure gauge. But it served its purpose in the pinch.
I recommend the ones that actually have a
metal.
Well, obviously metal, but it's like a circular face.
Oh yeah, those are great.
As
opposed to the kind that pops out. Yeah, the one that just literally gives you a dial.
Yeah, it's a spring-loaded diaphragm.
They're more expensive. But
but it's more like an aneroid barometer. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, all these things wear out.
Yeah.
But I think those give you more accurate reading.
Oh yeah, and as often I'm going to be using them. I mean, but this freaking Subaru, and it well, this is the last car I ever buy for myself with these low profile tires.
Oh, I do not like those.
Well, and I asked the guy.
I don't think they're safe.
I asked the guy when we bought this, I said, "Do you guys have this model of car
with real tires?
With real tires?" He's like, "No, man." And I'm like, "All right." Now, interestingly, if you buy the Outback, so I have what's called the Legacy, right?
Yeah.
So
which turns out it's not a Legacy.
It's the exact same car, only the Outback is the wagon model. The Outback you can get with a larger tire. But the Legacy, which is the sedan version of the wagon, They only have those tires.
Oh fuck, that's too complicated.
Yeah, I know it's a lot to think about.
It's car talk. The minute I hear anybody talking about a car,
Yeah.
it's like my brain turns off. It's like when anybody talks about
I
policies and
completely agree.
procedures at a hospital,
Yeah.
my brain turns
Right.
off.
Sure.
When anybody starts talking about how to use a program on a computer without showing me how to do it, my brain turns. I mean,
Right.
just there's certain things that won't go into my head
Absolutely.
until I sit down and I force
Yeah.
myself to feel horrible and try to understand it.
It's like at work when they say, so talk about how you're going to differentiate instruction.
Or how
and you're like brain terms.
Or like at the church, how are we going to go through the discernment process? It's like immediately.
So there's this guy at work who I will not name.
It's like you're being smothered. But you are being smothered.
He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guy, salt of the earth, good guy.
Yes, but so many times, really good people put out all sorts of bullshit.
Sure, well, but so he is.
Also that.
He's a car guy, and more importantly, and let me tell you this because you'll immediately understand this. He is the kind of guy that will have a 20-minute conversation with you, describing in painful detail his drive to work. It will take him longer to tell you the story of his drive to work than it actually takes him to drive. He's one of these guys, and you and I both know another one of these guys that is a car wreck story guy.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
and
that.
not just car wrecks he's been involved in. Yeah. This guy will describe for you in painful detail car wrecks he is driven by on the way to work.
Yeah. Well,
and you're like...
Yeah, we know. Yeah, it's like,
and you're like, really?
It's like, please, where's the next beer? I must become insentient as soon as possible.
I'm at work. I'm like, I can't. There's not.
I
where's
must
my
make
beer?
I must make myself almost unconscious in order to tolerate.
Other than that, nicest guy you ever want to meet.
Oh well, yeah. My now deceased friend. God bless him. He wasn't that bad, but when he got talking about car detailing but the thing about that was he was so extreme in his interest in car
watching
in car. Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah, you've been doing all that.
He was so interested in car detailing that.
Who are you looking at? There's not a camera here, man. It's like the camera's.
Well, it's like meta life.
It's
meta life. It's meta life.
It's like a meta conversation.
It's meta life, meta conversation. But
anyway,
he was so obsessed about this kind of stuff. I actually learned stuff from listening to him.
Oh, well, yeah, you can learn a lot of stuff. I mean,
Of course, then he fell down his stairs and killed himself, but,
May he rest in peace.
Yes, indeed.
This guy, so we'll be sitting there.
He didn't ditch all the fucking carpets, did he, in his stairs?
And, someone will say something like, one of these...
I told him to take those things. I'm sorry.
That's okay. One of these...
Well, I miss him.
Well, I miss him, too. He wasn't nearly as horrible about his car talk, though, as, he would at least tell you interesting things, as opposed to, I drove past this wreck on the way to work.
Yeah, had the stereo, had this turntable sitting on the transmission hump of the big station wagon.
And I always know when to run for it now, because usually what will happen is one of the women at work will say something like, "Oh, I need to get my oil changed," and he'll be sitting there at the lunch table, and next thing you know, within 30 seconds he'll be talking about, "I had to drop this tranny out of this Chevy Nova, and I had this 87 Chevy Nova," and he's talking about everybody knows, and I'm like, and now I'm just like, "Oh, excuse me, gotta go," I'll just get up.
Well, one of the best stories that my good friend Tim in Ithaca, New York, who I dearly miss. But anyway, I haven't seen him in a while. But anyway, 1985, I think. Excuse me.
Great year, good year.
But he liked to hitchhike around when he was in high school and college, and And he said, "Well, you could still do
I
that.
suppose it was
Well,
still
you
sort
could,
of
well, you
safe
could
to
still
do.
do that. You could still do that." Yeah. And he said he got this ride from a guy. And he was in one of these sort of, sort of jacked up things where the front end's sort of pointed down and
The guy's got like the bigger rear tires.
oh yeah. And Tim gets in and yeah, it was my boys and I hauled the rear end out of this thing and hung it on the tree today. And we put in a new one. It's like we're not giving it a run. Where do you want to go?
5 hours ago, this car was completely taken apart, and now I'm driving you around it. Yeah. Well, it's like those guys, it's like that joke you and I used to have. They're like, hey, what do you want to do today? Pull the engine out of that car and hang it from the tree over there.
Yeah. Well, it's like that house that used to be down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Tore it down.
Where literally there was an engine hanging from a tree.
There really was an engine hanging from a tree most of the time out there in the side yard.
Wow.
That's gone from now. Yeah, they've turned it into an office park. Hey, how much better for all of us.
Fill out your TPS reports. Have you ever seen Office Space? You must see.
Fill out your what?
TPS reports. Have you ever seen Office Space?
No.
You've got to see Office Space.
What's Office?
It's this freaking, I forget the name. But it came out like in the 90s, and it's about this guy that works for this like software company whose job is to change little lines of code for the year 2000 problem. Problem. But I
remember that.
Absolutely, it's hilarious, right? So like, there's this scene where he has like part of the problem is like he has like 7 different bosses. So in the beginning of the movie, he's sitting there and he's showing up for work and he's working, he's trying to get his work done, and like 7 different bosses come like, hey, Rick, we noticed you didn't fill out your TPS reports. Is that everything okay?
TPS.
Yes, taken care of, honey. Like 5 minutes later. Rick, do we talk about your TPS report? So like it just goes on and on. It's like you've got to see. I mean, I'm sure you can find it on.
I'll have to look.
Like in the scene where the guy's he's like, yeah, man, I want to show this girl my O face. What's your O face? Oh. And then like, oh god, it's so funny. It's so funny. And then, I don't want to give it away, but then he goes, so he's so completely distraught with his life and everything. So he goes to get like hypnotized. And like right after he's hypnotized, the hypnotist guy like has a heart attack and dies on the floor. And so like never snaps him out of it. So then all of a sudden this guy's stressed about work is like completely gone. So he just like stops going to work, He shows up once in a while. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, you gotta see it.
I got a cough, guys. Sorry about that.
And there's a bunch of guys that you would know in it. I can't think of any other names, but you would know them when you saw them, But, like his next door neighbor is this guy, this big construction worker, mulleted guy. He's like,
remember mullet?
Bob, let me ask you a question. Has anybody ever come up to you? And he's like this big guy. He's like, has anybody ever come up to you and said, oh, I guess you got like a case of the Mondays? And the guy's like,
the Mondays?
Yeah,
case of the Mondays?
Yeah, it looks like somebody has a case of the Mondays, And this big constructor's like, no, man. Hell no. I believe you'd get your ass kicked if somebody said that to you. Like at my work, it's hilarious. Looks like somebody has a case of the Mondays. Yeah, no, you got to see it.
Have you seen Better Call Saul?
Mm-mm. I hear it's fantastic.
Yeah, I watched. I
hear it's great.
I think I watched there were 2 seasons of it, and I watched on the Couch Tuner.
Yeah,
it's funny as hell.
Dave says that show is of all the lawyering.
I was going to say, how accurate is that?
Dave says that all these lawyer drama shows that you see are crap. He says, but the one that is actually most like what it's actually like to be a lawyer is Better Call Saul. Yeah. So, for whatever that's worth.
I was kind of thinking that. I was kind of thinking, I wonder what Dave would have to say.
Yeah, Dave says that that's actually pretty much what it's like. Well, I mean, he just sits around in an office all day typing. But, every now and again he has to jet off to the Bahamas or New York for some negotiation, some deposition.
Oh, God. I'm wearing my plastics today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The plastic lenses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because they're lighter?
Yeah, well, just, my eyes switch around, my astigmatism.
Yeah.
Of course, they're the same lenses, so it shouldn't make a damn bit of difference, but. Let me get my toy here.
Get my boy.
Well, actually, I uploaded the card, from today's soccer stuff from this thing. And, of course, damn it. I didn't notice it all went into photos.
Oh, yeah, I hate it. Yeah.
Apple fucking photos.
Yeah,
A horrible, horrible program. Apple Photos.
Well, it's
terrible.
It's not that it goes into the app. It's just that they make it so difficult for you to find what you want outside of that.
Well, that's the problem. You can't find it in your Finder.
No, you have to use that.
Interestingly, you can't find it in your Finder.
Right.
You can't find it in your pictures.
You have to use
You have to use that fucking Photos.
Yeah.
Now there's a way to set it so that it won't be the default opening. See, I prefer to use image capture.
Right.
When I put my Leica card in and image capture, and I figured out how to sort of because I had already uploaded the stuff from the trip, but I didn't reformat the card because I wanted to see how. Trying to get new stuff on with other stuff that I'd already uploaded, how that worked. So I had a little learning session while waiting for your arrival today. And but what? Just make it so you can.
So what I always do, I don't have that option when I'm uploading from my phone, but. What I always do is I manually copy the files into a folder that I want. So when I take my SD card or whatever, and I put it in my little card reader, instead of allowing it to import, I will manually move the files from the card to a folder that I want. And that way I always know where they are. As opposed to, now with my iPhone I'm screwed because it automatically sticks it into Photos and there's nothing I can do about it. It won't let me send them anywhere else. Well, not that I'm aware of anyway. So yeah, it's kind of looking into that lens is so pretty.
Tell me you didn't do that to me.
What did it do?
I don't know. We'll find out here. Oh, okay. Screw. I figured you might mess me up.
I like how it makes that little noise. It's a very pleasant little noise.
Well, that's much better. Of course, that's a little overexposed. Let's try a half f-stop difference. Ain't shooting film, just digits.
Shoot as much as you want. I mean, I guess that is that's one of the neat things about it.
But it really eliminates a lot of critical thinking and stuff about.
Well, because if you screw it up, you can always have it do
among people who have not really done it with film before, it's like, will they ever get critical thinking about how to do it properly?
Right. Well, because if they mess up,
just do it. Just change.
Well, it's like all the guys I know now that are photographers. Yeah, they will happily take 7 or 8 or 10, whereas. Back in the day, you only have a roll of say 36 or 24.
Well,
you better get it right.
You're paying like
better think a lot about what you're
60
doing.
cents a shot.
Yeah.
So right.
It's a pretty camera.
Yeah, they are. They are nice pieces of objects, aren't they? They're nice. Yes. Perhaps we should be in the frickin' frack.
The frickin' frack. It's the frick and the frack.
The friggin'
Frick
frick.
and the frack.
Oh.
There is a room in this guy's house where the room itself was a piece of art. So they had sculptures in this room, okay, of basically baby Cupid angels and shit like that. But the walls were painted to complement these statues, such that the whole room was one big giant painting. And then the wood floor in this room was this hand-done, crisscrossed. It was one of the more complicated things I've ever seen in terms of like a hardwood floor laid down. It was incredible. The whole room itself was like a work of art. And this was this guy's house. He lived there.
Well, it's interesting that Brad's house, in terms of the stuff, the parquet parquet ceiling.
Yeah.
We talked about that. I said, you're really trying to do a work of art. Your house as a work of art.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he didn't reference the frick.
Yeah.
But clearly that may well have been, could well have been in the back of his mind. That's interesting that there's no, unless it's caught up here somewhere. Oh well.
That's a much better strap.
Oh, it's a much better strap. There's no question about it. Well, learning how to use it, learning curve and all that kind of stuff. Gonna blow my nose here again. Now,
I haven't had this in ages. This is pretty good.
what, the Columbus ale?
Just the regular pale ale, yeah.
I haven't either. I mean, Henry's brought over a couple times.
It's only 5.3%.
I was wondering because I didn't see how it listed. Where was it listed?
Right here.
Is it on there?
And it doesn't get you all shit faced.
Well, see, that's the great thing about English ale is that most of them are between 3.8 and 4.6%. So, I mean, you could buy. Of course, you're buying 20 ounces at a whack. And so you have 3 pints.
Yeah, it's 60.
You've had 5 U.S. beers, but you've only had it at like 4.2%, 4.1%. So you're not trying.
Mm-hmm.
You can carry on.
Yeah.
And often you do. Particularly if you're on vacation. I mean, you're there. Let's do it. And it just tastes so much better. It's not overly hopped. It's a lot of it isn't pasteurized. I mean,
hopefully none of
it's just you're there. It's fresh.
It's almost a sin against nature to pasteurize beer. Why anybody would pasteurize?
Yeah, it's just it's so good. It's so wonderful. And my only sort of regret about beers, I only was able to find one Green King to drink the whole time I was there. Well, Green King is still very much a regional East Anglia beer.
I'm surprised you found any at all.
Yeah, but because it was by far the best.
Oh, I'm sure.
The best of all.
Yeah,
best of all. So
I'm so glad you had a chance though to kind of sample and I mean think about it. I mean I haven't had any of that real ale stuff in ages.
One of the more popular ones when I was there was called Doombar.
Doombar, yeah, it said that.
Yeah, Doombar. That's interesting name on that.
Doombar.
Yeah.